a name that is synonymous to edgy characters, amazing wit, and amazing performances. Imran has outdone himself in almost all the projects that he's been a part of, but Showtime is a little different. Before the show releases soon, we have the man of the hour talking to us about what we can expect next, about his career, and so on and so forth. Welcome, Imran. Welcome to India Today. So, Imran, let us begin by talking about Showtime. Your character received a lot of love. However, it's sort of the first 4 episodes. Of course, you need to set the tone. You need to set the setting. What is your expectation of the remaining 4 episodes that's to come, and what can the audience expect?
Well, the 3 episodes are going to release right now. The four. I think it is, in the sense, the same tonality of a show which is entertaining, which shows some truths about our industry of the way Bollywood functions. I think this is an industry which has this very kind of magnetic, enigmatic pull for the audience. The audience always wants to know about what's happening in the film industry. This is allure of the film industry. How are actors like? How films are made? Is there any truth behind box office collections? The Star Wars over here. The kind of media perception that the industry has. So it's about a lot of that. And I think there we're reaching a crescendo with the last 3 episodes, where a lot of the characters which have been kind of people have got to know and loved in the first 4, you're going to see some things that are going to shock you. Because in this show, I think the way people have judged these characters in the first 4 episodes, you're going to see a new, probably, dimension to their personalities and a facet to their personalities. So, expect the unexpected, I would say.
So it's going to be a full-on tussle between Raghu Khanna and Mahika Nandi?
Oh, that's the given. That's always going to go on. I think Raghu was someone who he felt was the sole proprietor of Raghu Khanna Films, Victory Films. And after that, he's ousted because this girl who had no probably experience, no credentials, was put on the throne in the company. So he has a bone to pick with her. So that fight's always going to go on.
So Imran, Showtime is not so loosely based on Bollywood. It is the film industry itself. And given that you have been a part of the film industry for so long now, what were the similarities you found when you were reading the script?
Oh, I saw a lot of things that I connected with, and that's why I gave it my green signal, because it's, producers, and there are a lot of things that happen in producers' office conversations that I have been kind of I have seen firsthand, because I've worked in producer's office as an assistant director also. So there's some very, I would say, funny things, conversations which we have kind of layered in. I'm sure the writers and the director also, and even Karan's inputs into the show. So that was not a revelation for me. I was like, okay, I've seen this before. Actors, a way where they conduct themselves, a certain public persona, how they are off screen, the insecurities that we all face that we don't let the people in on, because it is a business which is highly dependent on luck also. So there are eccentricities of artists and actors. I have certain eccentricities which are shown very well by Arman's character played by Rajiv, and also written very well. And yeah, it's got a lot of things that I connected with, and I think that's what hit home with me, because it was a show that was going to show you the truths of Bollywood in a fun way. That was very important.
So Imran, you have mostly played lead actors, you've played a villain as well, but anti-hero not so much. Did you have any apprehensions when you were reading the script, or what made you say yes to the project?
Actually, I think even the characters that I played that would come across as bad guys are actually anti-heroes. I don't think I've played an out-and-out villain. I know there's a definition everyone has to what a villain and an anti-hero is. But I think the films in which I played it, may it be Once Upon a Time in Mumbai, or may it be Tiger, to an extent even Murder, I think these films would be categorized more as, I think there was no justification for what they did, but there was a reason for what they were doing. They were not unidimensional villains, so to speak. So it kind of combated the path of the protagonist in the film, the hero's path, but they had a point of view. They, in their own lives and their own narrative, were their own heroes. So I think I've always done characters where there has to be some justification for their, so to speak, bad deeds on screen.
So Imran, when you started off in the industry, you worked in films that were sort of way ahead of its time. When you sometimes sit back and look at your career graph, do you look back at it with regret, or do you think, oh, thank God I did what I did?
So I don't look at anything with regret. I think even the films that seemed way, some of them which seemed way ahead of their times, and they weren't accepted the way they were meant to be at that point. I'm sure they'll be very successful right now. But I think for us, it was like a punt we took. We took a chance with this because we loved the scripts. I have never thought of my trajectory. I don't see even a film that doesn't do well as a mistake. I think each film comes with its own journey and comes to teach you something. So I think, you can't wish away those things in your career. You're going to have pitfalls, you're going to have failures. I think you have to just learn from them, kind of also course correct after you do that.
Imran, you are known for being exceptionally honest in your interviews and chat shows and whatever you've been a part of. Recently, Karan Johar at an interview said that Coffee with Karan was sort of a snooze fest, it was a bore. But when you were a part of the show with Mahesh Bhatt, the show that episode was a hit and continues to be relevant even today. So if like years later, now when people sort of are worried about what social media would say, if you are a part of the show now, would you be a little more filtered?
No, I won't. I have an issue. I don't have a filter. That I don't know. First of all, just a disclaimer. I have the highest regard for everyone I spoke about in that rapid fire. It just so happened that the show's tonality has to be understood. Things are said in jest, and things are said to kind of win the hamper. And sometimes, you can rub a few people the wrong way. But I think there's a tonality of the show, and I think that's why we went with a certain way of, just enjoying ourselves. Yes, you're right. I think in this particular environment, it's become so difficult to express things in the way you did 10 years back. Whatever you call it, social media outrage, a certain woke culture, you have to prescribe and toe the line over there. I have never done that. So maybe I'm restrained in a few things. Also in my films, I'll tell you this much. Also, in the way this show was, I think we were very clear that we can't go in such an extreme way to offend to a certain extent. I mean, if this show was made probably 10 years back, the tonality would be slightly different. So you have to keep in mind a tonality and an environment when you're also acting or working in a show. So that's important. Interviews, I don't know about that. I still wear my no filter look.
Okay, so Imran, the last question that I have for you. Actors have come and actors have gone, but Emraan Hashmi remains Emraan Hashmi. What's your secret?
I don't know. There is no secret. I think I just have always believed that I want to roll with the punches. I just want to keep doing films. I'm very passionate about it. And I just want to entertain my audience. So I don't really know. There's no special formula or mantra. I just keep I just keep at it. That's it.
Thank you so much, Imran. Wish you all the very best for Showtime.